Students, the other day we had obtained what are coherent sources, what are the conditions to obtain coherent sources. When the two waves superpose over each other, the resultant wave also is a simple harmonic. It's also a the nature of that wave remains the same. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to discuss the method to obtain coherent sources. Methods to obtain the coherent sources. The first method is Lloyd's mirror. What is the Lloyd's mirror? Nothing international, students. There is a plane mirror and there is a screen. There is a plane mirror and there is a screen. Plane mirror is like this and the screen is perpendicular to it. Light from the source is incident directly on the screen and some light is made to fall. Light from the source which is incident on the screen, some of the light is incident on the screen, some of the light incident on the mirror undergoes reflection. Is it okay? By these processes, what do we get? Some light directly incident on the screen, some light falling on the mirror undergoes reflection. Some light falling on the mirror like this undergoes reflection on the screen and so on. Due to which we get a virtual source. What is the meaning of virtual source? It's like students, हा तुमचा natural source आहे, म्हणजे source of light like a bulb or whatever it is. Source of light like a bulb and all. And this is a virtual source. Virtual source means natural source gives out light radiations which undergo reflection from the plane mirror and the screen to meet at a particular point in the same plane as that of the natural source. Hence it is called as a virtual source. That is how natural source, virtual source both have their origin from one source itself, that is this, and hence they act as coherent sources. So what are coherent sources? They are the sources which have their origin from a single and common source. Natural source liya, natural source of light घेतला, and they are made to undergo reflection either from the plane mirror at grazing angle and then the screen and all that. You know, the rays appear to meet at a particular point in the same plane, and that particular point acts as a virtual source. That's it. That is what is called as a Lloyd mirror. After that Lloyd mirror, we discuss something called as Fresnel's biprism experiment. Fresnel's biprism experiment. Students, Fresnel's biprism experiment, what does it consist of? जरा लक्ष द्या हा. Fresnel's biprism experiment consists of a biprism. Biprism म्हणजे काय? ज्याचा refracting angle almost 180 degree असतो and remaining two are acute angled prisms. त्यांना join केलेले असतं. They are of vertex angle only half degree. Okay, I'll repeat. Fresnel's biprism experiment consists of a biprism. Biprism means a prism with refracting angle of almost, I'm not saying exactly, almost 180 degree, and the remaining two angles are half of degree each. हे एक prism बघा असं join असते. This is one prism with vertex angle. They are joined base to base. So as to form this biprism. I'll repeat. What is Fresnel's biprism experiment? With what is Fresnel's biprism? It's actually bi म्हणजे दोन prisms with each refracting angle of half degree joined to cemented together base to base. आणि ह्या biprismचा जो refracting angle तयार होतो, that is round about 179 degree to 180 degrees. That's it. बघा एक स्लिट घ्या. स्लिट म्हणजे small little window, can be called as a slit. Light from a bulb, monochromatic source घ्यायचा म्हणजे सोडियम बल्ब किंवा काहीतरी असा, is made to fall on the slit. The rays from the slit हा तुमचा स्लिट आहे मुलांनो, बारीकशी खिडकी असते ती. द रेज surface of the biprism. The rays from the slit fall on the refracting surface of the biprism. They undergo refraction through the biprism like this. They undergo, हे बघा, एक सेकंड फक्त थोडी क्लॅरिटी दाखवते तुम्हाला, नाहीतर यू गेट कन्फ्यूज विथ द डायग्राम. See, I have drawn a biprism. Refracting angle almost 180 degree. This is a tiny slit here. Means a small little window. इथं source of light ठेवायचा. The rays from the slit are made to fall on the biprism like this. हे बघा, हे rays पडले, कशावर पडतात? On the ह्याला refracting surfaces म्हणतात. Triangles ना, triangle चे जे sides असतात त्याला. The rays from the slit are made to fall on the refracting surface of the biprism. This is the base of the biprism. They undergo refraction through the biprism. They undergo refraction through the biprism, forming, हे बघा, an interference pattern consisting of alternate bright and dark bands. Students, slit एकच source आहे, हा एकच source वापरला. The rays from the source were made to pass through the slit. Slit, one single source. The rays underwent refraction through the refracting surfaces of the biprism, producing two sources S1 and S2. These two sources S1 and S2 had their origin from this slit. That means a single and common source. And hence these sources S1 and S2 are called coherent sources. का? कारण बायप्रिझम मधून रिफ्रॅक्ट झाल्यानंतर S चे दोन व्हर्च्युअल इमेजेस किंवा व्हर्च्युअल सोर्सेस तयार होतात. अँड दे आर व्हर्च्युअल म्हणजे सेम साईडला, हा मुलांनो. बायप्रिझमच्या ऑपोजिट साईडला तयार झालं तर रियल म्हणतात त्याला. सो rays from the source of light are made to pass through the slit, undergo refraction through the biprism, forming two virtual images or virtual sources. And these virtual sources S1 and S2 are coherent in nature because they have their origin from a single source. Hence they are coherent in nature. Hence they are coherent in nature. They are coherent in nature, students, because they have their origin from a single and common source, hence produce an interference pattern. That's it. These are the two methods by which we can obtain coherent sources. I'll repeat it again. Lloyd mirror, screen, source of light undergo some rays fall directly on the screen, some fall on the screen by reflection from the plane mirror, hence producing a virtual image. Natural source, virtual source, both have their one origin itself, hence they act as coherent sources. Biprism is a prism with refracting angle 180 degree, almost 180 degree. The remaining angles are only half degree each. The rays from the slit are made to fall on the refracting surface. They undergo refraction through the refracting surface, producing two virtual images which act as coherent sources, producing interference pattern. Ends the job. Clear? हे झाली दुसरी गोष्ट. आता I will teach you the next part of the topic. मुलांना टॉपिक खूप मोठा आहे, आता सांगते. एक एक टॉपिक संपूर्ण म्हणजे 16 आहेत. एक एक टॉपिक संपूर्ण इतकं इझी नाही आहे. बरं, एनिवेज कम ऑन, विल कंटिन्यू विथ द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. We are already finished with more than half of the topic now. हे बघा, तुम्हाला थोडंसं प्रॉब्लेम पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यूने थोडीशी गायडन्स द्यायची आहे. What is that? We will discuss something called as optical path. काही मोठं नाही आहे, Students, the phase of a wave, the phase म्हणजे state of vibration. I'll repeat, state of vibration. The phase of a wave is always represented as phi is equal to kx minus omega t. म्हणजे स्टेट ऑफ व्हायब्रेशन. ते हे दाखवतं की नेमकं पार्टिकल क्रेस्टवर आहे, ट्रोवर आहे, वॉट एव्हर. दॅट इज कॉल्ड फेज. फेज फाय. व्हॉट इज के? वेव फॅक्टर. व्हॉट इज के? वेव वेक्टर which is given by omega by v. What is omega? Omega is angular velocity and what is v? V is normal velocity. ठीक है? This is the phase kx minus omega t. Omega is angular velocity, v is the speed of light. That's it. Students, when we'll put it like this. When a wave propagates through a distance delta x through a medium. वेव जेव्हा डेल्टा एक्स डिस्टन्स प्रोपोगेट करतो, द फेज डिफरन्स इज गिवन बाय के इंटू डेल्टा एक्स. द फेज डिफरन्स इज द फेज, वॉट एव्हर फेज डिफरन्स म्हणजे स्टेट ऑफ व्हायब्रेशन मध्ये जो बदल होतो दॅट इज फेज वेक्टर किंवा वेव वेक्टर मल्टिप्लाइड बाय डेल्टा एक्स विच इज द डिस्टन्स. सबस्टिट्यूट करा. सो व्हॉट इज द फेज डिफरन्स हियर? डेल्टा फाय इज इक्वल टू के. के इज omega by v delta x. That's it. Omega by v delta x. That is the phase difference. Okay. When the wave travels through, when the wave covers a distance delta x in vacuum, same formula, phase difference becomes omega by c delta x. What is c? C is the velocity of light in vacuum. V is the velocity of light in a given medium, whatever it may be, other than air or vacuum, could say as well. This is the phase difference which occurs. Students, if wave travels through a medium with refractive index n, then phase difference is given by, we'll write it like this. What is C? C will be V by n. करते हैं? और हे घ्या. व्हॉट इज सी इक्वल टू व्ही बाय एन. हे दाखवतो तुम्हाला. रिफ्रॅक्टिव्ह इंडेक्स, वेलॉसिटी ऑफ लाइट इन एअर अपॉन वेलॉसिटी ऑफ लाइट इन अ मीडियम. सो व्हॉट इज सी? ऑब्वियसली एन इंटू व्ही. विल पुट इट लाइक दिस. सी एन इज इक्वल टू रिफ्रॅक्टिव्ह इंडेक्स इज वेलॉसिटी ऑफ लाइट इन एअर अपॉन वेलॉसिटी ऑफ लाइट इन मीडियम. सो व्हॉट इज दिस? Omega delta x, omega by c delta x here, that is the phase difference. Okay, fine. Students, we'll put it like this. Ray of light is traveling from first medium to second. It will be refractive index is equal to velocity of light in air upon velocity of light in medium. We get c is equal to n into v, that is delta in n into v into delta x. मैं परत रिवाइज करते. The phase of a particle or phase of a wave propagating through a medium is given by phi is equal to kx minus omega t. When the wave, where k is what? Wave vector given by omega by v. When the wave propagates, we'll put it like this. When the wave propagates through a distance delta x, the phase difference takes place by amount delta x. That is k multiplied by delta x. What is k? Omega by v delta x. Instead of, we'll put it like this. Instead of any other medium, if the wave travels through air or vacuum, which are जागी C येणार. Okay, fine. Then see here, refractive index is velocity of light in air upon velocity of light in medium. ठीक है? V is equal to what? C upon n. So what is V here? C upon n, where n stands for the refractive index of the medium through which the wave propagates. So delta phi is equal to omega n delta x divided by c. हे तुम्हाला फक्त फॉर्म्युले प्रॉब्लेम पुरती लिमिटेड आहे. that is omega n delta x by c. that is the phase difference delta phi. that's it. Omega n delta x by c. Are you okay here? Now what is refractive index? It is okay, we'll put it like this. What is time? Distance upon velocity. Okay, distance upon velocity. Therefore, distance in a medium upon velocity of, use this formula, is equal to distance in vacuum divided by velocity in vacuum. मग मला सांगा, what will be distance in a medium? What will be distance covered in the medium? हा formula बघा. It will be velocity multiplied by distance in vacuum divided by velocity in vacuum. कळतं? Distance in the medium. Okay, fine. Distance in the medium here. Now, हे झालं distance. Students, distance in the medium is velocity. हे बघा. So, distance in the medium is what? What is velocity of in the medium divided by velocity in vacuum? It is refractive index. So, distance in the medium is, it will be d in vacuum, velocity in vacuum upon velocity in a medium is refractive index. Okay, fine. Distance in the medium. Therefore, आपल्याला काय मिळतं मुलांना? Distance in the medium is velocity in vacuum divided by velocity in the refractive index. Hence, when the wave travels through a given medium, तुम्हाला काय करावं? Distance or the distance covered by the wave in a given medium is distance in vacuum divided by refractive index of vacuum. I'll repeat it again. Phase of the particle kx minus omega t. K is wave vector. When the wave covers a distance delta x, the phase difference occurs is k into delta x. K ची value घातली omega by b delta x. Phase difference is omega by c. When you use the letter c instead of medium, if it is air or vacuum, if the medium is air or vacuum, delta x. Now, refractive index is velocity of light in air upon velocity of light in a given medium. Therefore, velocity in a medium is c upon n. Hala. So, phase difference for any medium of refractive index or phase difference for a light wave occurring through a medium with refractive index n is given by this. Time is distance upon velocity because velocity is distance upon time. So, distance in medium upon velocity in medium is equal to distance in vacuum upon velocity in vacuum. Okay. Distance in vacuum medium is what? Cross multiply. Kada? So, distance in vacuum is velocity in vacuum upon medium upon velocity in vacuum n. Distance in vacuum upon n. That's it. Clear? आता ह्याच्या पुढे जरा एकदा बघून घ्या. 15 minutes झाले. Okay. So we have to stop here for today. We'll continue again tomorrow, students. ठीक है? I'll take up the next period, that is chemistry. Yes? Chalo. Bye. Study properly.